Good morning all. It's actually my birthday today, so in a moment I'm heading off to the bar because here, unlike in England where your friends and family treat you on your birthday, you're expected to buy breakfast, lunch or dinner or whatever for your friends and family. There's also the ear pulling, which is kind of the Italian equivalent of the birthday bumps, so I'm looking forward to having my ears pulled. And then we're off somewhere special to celebrate my birthday. We have a bit of a tradition of always going to Campania to celebrate my birthday, which is the region I was born in, but we did book this before I realised I'd be doing that job in Capri. So I'm sorry if you're bored of seeing the south of Italy. I know I could never be, but I'm going to take you along with me anyway, and I really hope you enjoy exploring the little island of Procida and the Gulf of Naples with us. Time to open some gifts before we set off, and I have to say I was utterly spoiled. I feel like a very lucky girl. I just have to give a massive shout out to Mr. V for navigating the hideousness that is driving through central Naples. I'm so glad I'm not the one driving. We've arrived into our first destination, which is Posillipo, and as you can see, the views are absolutely breathtaking over Vesuvius, so we're just going to have a wander around, take in the beautiful sights and stop for a drink somewhere nice. Posillipo is a quiet, upscale area with luxurious villas, private beaches and Roman ruins. It's less about flashy attractions and more about subtle beauty, so it's often overlooked by tourists who head straight to the Amalfi Coast. Time to check into our apartment, which I picked for two reasons. First of all, the decor is just my absolute dream come true. And secondly, it's got the most incredible garden with lemon and orange trees and a spectacular view over Vesuvius. After a shower and change, we decided to have a little aperitif on the terrace to enjoy those wonderful views before heading to our dinner reservations. Cicciotto restaurant, situated in the Mare Chiaro area of Napoli, is a family-run restaurant established in 1942, famous for its Campanian cuisine and especially its seafood. Perched on a cliffside, it offers diners breathtaking panoramic views of the Gulf of Naples, encompassing landmarks such as Mount Vesuvius and Capri. So we've just arrived at our and it looks absolutely beautiful, but there is quite a lot of noise here because of a birthday party, so I'm sorry if you can't hear me, but looking forward to having some nice seafood for sure. I went with the paccheri with lobster for my first course and then decided to change from my usual frittura di pesce and had the grilled calamaro, which was a standout dish, just very simple and fresh. Dessert was a classic Neapolitan babà and of course the same wish I made on the bench in Numana. The view from our terrace when we got back was possibly even more beautiful than it was in the daytime, looking out over the twinkling lights of Naples. Time for a quick coffee on the terrace and then back in the car to head to Pozzuoli, which is where we're taking the ferry to our next destination, Procida. We took the hydrofoil, which only takes 20 minutes to get to Procida, but there is a slower ferry as well, which takes around 40 minutes. It was super clean and spacious and cost €27 for the two of us. Our first job on arrival was to find somewhere nice for breakfast, and we completely lucked out with this place, which had the most incredible pastries. We tried a classic cornetto with Nutella, a salted caramel and white chocolate pastry, and then the famous lingua di Procida, which is a puff pastry shell filled with a delicious lemon custard made from the island's renowned sweet lemons. We took a very leisurely walk through town to one of the best viewing spots in all of Procida. Just look at the colour of the water contrasted with the beautiful pastel-coloured houses. Our next stop was the picturesque harbour Marina Corricella. It's the island's oldest fishing village, dating back to the 17th century, and is famous for being the location of the 1995 film Il Postino, The Postman. You know me, I can't go a day without ice cream, so we stopped here and I tried an award-winning flavour of ice cream called the Graziella, which is made specifically on Procida, and it was absolutely fantastic. They're very secretive about the exact combination of flavours, but I can definitely taste almond, chocolate, salt and lemon rind. Next we headed to the Marina Grande, which is a central hub for island activities. The harbour accommodates a variety of vessels from fishing boats to private yachts and offers services like boat rentals and tours. It was lunchtime and we wanted something a little lighter than yesterday, so I ordered this lemon salad, which I thought would be a normal salad with an abundance of lemon, but it was actually whole lemons chopped up and marinated in chili, and although it was delicious, it was just a little bit too much acid for my stomach, especially given that I was washing it down with a limoncello spritz too. I also couldn't resist trying a slice of the casatiello, the Neapolitan Easter pie that I made in a recent video, and then for dessert we had carrot cake and a cinnamon bun, which is not something you often find over here, so I couldn't say no. After lunch, it was time to head back to our car because we had to take over from the pet sitter. Unfortunately, a load of cars had decided to block us in typical Neapolitan style, but we did manage to get out eventually and experience all different types of weather on the way home, as always when you're crossing through mountains. I hope you've enjoyed exploring a slightly lesser well-known part of Naples with me, and I will see you again very soon.